Live? Yay. Let it load up. Are we loaded? Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another fucking Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Bobby Gucci, Jay Swish on the call, the pre-Christmas edition. Again, Christmas in a week here, folks. It is the Hump Day Classic, and we're going to the Big D. We're going to the big set of tits that usually and sometimes sit behind Pete DeBoer. I haven't seen those set of fun bags lately, so hopefully maybe she's in attendance. Maybe she is coming late today. But you know what? We are on time over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Rob, as always, reporting live from the chin of Scottsdale, Arizona. We have a game featuring the Lone Star State, the Dallas Stars, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Fella, we got through the both anthems here. We're into this game. Teams that don't see each other a lot during the year. But you know what? Actually, a pretty good match here on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle. But I'll tell you this, man. I used to hate watching Dallas play. Saw them play live in Vegas. And I'm a little bit more intrigued about this team. Wyatt Johnston is a good player. Ottinger's fun to watch. Yeah, so let's see what happens here. No Stolars. That sucks. Hopefully he gets back soon. Dude, isn't it the worst when a guy's like finding his groove and then he just gets hurt? It's just like, is there a God out there? Like, why did that happen? But looking forward to this one. A lot of star power.
Yeah, 100%. And Stolars is a kid that obviously has found his way in the National Hockey League, won a Stanley Cup last year as a very good backup. Now, I just got to look at the Toronto bench, and there was a guy named Mike Van Ryan, who was our coach in St. Louis. He coached on the Stanley Cup winning team with Craig Berube. He was actually there a year earlier as well. And I don't know if he's on the Pete Laviolette diet, but I hope not. I hope all is well in all seriousness with his health, because it looked like he's gained 50 pounds from training camp to now. So just something to keep an eye on if you're looking at the Toronto Maple Leafs bench. Mike Van Ryan confirmed has swallowed an airbag. Again, in all seriousness, hopefully his health is good. But if it's strictly a diet issue, well, fuck me. Mike, they usually have a bike outside of the locker room. And you know what? Sometimes in the Never You're Hungry League, you got to maybe pass on that pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, that's why I kind of get scared talking about guys being fat fucks this day and age, because everyone's got an excuse. Oh, I have diabetes. I have low health sugar. I have low everything.
Yep.
You know, maybe you're just a fat fuck, and we're trying to call you out because we're trying to help you. I'm not trying to make fun of the fact that you gained 60 pounds. I'm trying to get you healthy so you live a little bit longer.
Mike, you coached me hard, no diddy. Craig Berube, same thing, and I respect it. Maybe at the time I couldn't see it, but now it has paid dividends, and I brought that to other areas of my life. So we're just trying to coach you hard and be honest over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Again, a very fast-paced game that we expected here. The Dirty D is Stankoven, that stanky leg, or that's Blackwell. Sorry, my God, he's in the lineup tonight. Colin Blackwell, the pride of Harvard University, an Ivy League guy. Never really liked any of those guys, but there's a few of them I got down with. Usually they lean left, and I lean right.
Really? That makes no sense, but that's the world we live in. I'm surprised this puck didn't trickle in here. Good effort by Colin Blackwell, AHL, mostly in the AHL, right?
Yeah, he's got a sniff in Chicago. He kind of made his mark over the last few years, had a hat trick last year. I think that hat trick literally kept him in the league. People in the offseason are like, wow, Blackie had a hat trick last year. So maybe there are some, unlock some scoring ability on a fourth line. Now, listen, did you see that sock he was rocking in terms of his tape job? Watch next time. He's got that mid-calf sock on his blade. He absolutely goes Robert Lang-esque. Is one thing I've always noticed with Blackwell's game.
No, I didn't see that. But, those guys, when you get an opportunity to play in the league, you got to go hard. He's one of those guys who just seems like a bitch to play against. Yeah. 17-24 remaining, if you're following along with us right now. Is there Tavares?
That fourth line of Dallas is back. Baby got back. Blue Steel, Sam Steele, and Blackwell. So back, Blue Steel, and Blackwell. Okay, that's...
Sam Steele looked good when I saw him last. He was in Anaheim, right? He's kind of a guy that he looked good to me. It looks like he buzzes around out there.
But. Yeah, he's bounced around. He's been in Mini, I believe, as well. So he's had his fair share of bus stops in a young career, but hopefully he can find his way here in Dallas in the Lone Star State. And at a place like Moxie's, if you need a tune-up, well, go give our girl Shay a call at Moxie's. Oh, and Chris Tanev. Sends a beaming slap shot to the net as Jake Ottinger is able to steer that away. And Poppy with a great slip pass on the backhand there to Willie Nylander. Now look at this line. They loaded it up tonight, Rob. We're going to get a look at Willie Nylander, Mitchie Gritty Marner, and Poppy. They really went top heavy for this matchup. They're going to be playing against Robertson, Hintz, and Bork tonight. But it looks like right away, Pete DeBoer's got them matched up against the third line in Johnston, Ben, and Datnoff. So something to key on there with the matchups. Last change, obviously, with Dallas tonight. But Dallas, I just love that arena. I don't know if you've been to a game there, Rob, but we're going to have to get to a game at the American Airlines Center because that rink fucks. It's actually sick.
I've never been there.
Yeah, great barn, great acoustics. As Connor Timmins is in the lineup playing with the milk drinker Benoit. Last season, he said, came out to the media and says, I like to drink whole milk. I don't drink, I just drink milk. So good for you, buddy. You're better than most.
16-12 remaining in this game. That's an absolute pizza shot wide. I hope it's not one of those games where every single shot gets blocked. I can't stand that. Just find the lane and shoot it on the fucking net, dude. So many guys shoot it right into shin pads, right into sticks. I know it's hard to get the shot through, but I can't stand when there's 17 stoppages of play because then there's all these ads. We need some flow here.
Yeah, 100%. We're getting a look at Nicky Sticky Robertson, obviously playing against his older brother tonight in Jason Robertson. Nothing better, honestly, in all seriousness, than playing against your brother. I was able to do it, I think, 3 or 4 times. Unbelievable. In Robertson, a kid in Toronto that's trying to find his way. Now, listen, earlier in the year, he did request a trade. Berube and management and Tree Living were, not quick to move this young man that has a lot of skill, obviously, but not really able to stick in the top 9. He's getting a chance tonight playing with Bobby McFerda and Max Domi. Now, Max Domi struggling a little bit this year, Rob. Not playing up to his salary. He's a good chin as a guy, but fuck me. And sometimes you got to call a David Spade. That was sick.
$4 million to score 4 goals a year is just, I don't know how he got that contract, but good for him. I mean, what are you going to pay a guy like that? I feel like it's either somewhere between 3 and 5, and it's only 5 if he's going to get you 20.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say good agent, and that's Judd Moldaver getting him that deal.
Oh, shout out Juddy.
I think he got, what did he get, 4-year, 5-year deal? He got a lot of term with that deal, too.
He got 3 years, 12, I believe.
Okay, so Dutchie and his guitar massaging it. Matty Duchesne and his white Reeboks are out there looking good. That 4,500 bucket. Mitchie Gritty Marner able to slide that over to Chris Tanev, who is joining the play. Last year played in Dallas as Willie Stiles. Tries to go through the wickets of Jake Ottinger. This Dallas team, though, when they're buzzing, they play fast.
Look at Steele. Yeah, fucking driving the net.
Oh, my bum.
Oh, Sam Steele just with a burst of speed just tucks it up and over the right shoulder of Joseph Wonderwall. Holy shit. Came out of nowhere, just like you just said.
Holy shit. Like a pack of hyenas. The Dallas Stars are buzzing early, and that duster Sam Steele is rocking is unbelievable. Let's look how this happened. Now, Willie Stiles gets this inside the dots. He tries to go right along the ice, maybe 5 or 6 inches off the ice. Great wall play there from number 10. I believe that is, I don't even know who that was. Back. Yeah.
Great move.
Great play, but great wall work by Back. Gets it over to Sammy Still, and then, makes no mistake with that finish. He was buzzing like a no vacancy sign coming off that center of the ice. Obviously, playing center tonight is Steele, but great wall work by Back. Great little chip play, and Sammy Steele makes no mistake. That's your 4th line getting an early goal, Rob. Anytime you get that 4th line going, it's the more the merrier, right? Like, you don't expect those guys to come out and just score right away.
The way Wall cheated right there, I know he bit on the move, but you got to come out and you got to be on top of your crease and make sure that angle isn't there. If the guy's going to go around you, so be it. Maybe it'll buy you a little time for a back checker to come in and get the stick, but you got to shut down that
especially the short side.
Yeah,
right?
the short side angle. Yeah.
He, like you said, he's got to be, I think he sat kind of too far on the back of the goal line. He's got to get out to the front of the paint. He's got to confront Steele at that near post, because at least you make him drive wide and go to the backhand and beat you that way. And you kind of got to trust your back pressure. But like you said, he was cheating so hard early. And you know what? He paid for it here. So Domi, Robertson. Oh my God.
We're just talking about him.
Gets on the board. We're chirping him for his salary. And what a goal by Max Domi. He needed that. Wow. Here we go, folks. We're at 1-1 early on, 13:47. Max Domi shot out of a fucking cannon as well. Looks like Domi went back to Bauer skates. So let's see how this happens, though. Oh My Pizza right there by Smith. And then good patience, really good. He held Petrovic into the middle of the ice so he couldn't commit to the stick-on-stick because there was a guy driving there. Yeah, that's a great play because he was showing pass a little bit to one of his, I think it was Bobby McMahon or Robertson there. And you know what? He kind of got Petrovic to just hold in the middle of the ice in terms of right in that middle post range. And then he was able to, finish on the far side with a great shot. 2 good shots. I mean, the goalies, there's not a ton you can do there.
Good awareness, too. That back checker was right on him. And he kind of pushed the puck forward so he didn't get hit with the back check and put it up and over the shoulder chat. Get that motherfucking thing buzzing in the chat. All this talk, no drink. Shut the fuck up. It's the holiday season. I'm fucking tired of these assholes on the internet talking shit during Christmas.
Yeah, shut up.
Absolute pussies. Go fuck yourself. That wasn't even that bad of a comment. I'm just taking it out on you. Drew Miller. Any chance we get some new Hockey Night in Scottsdale merch? We just dropped merch, fella. The hoodie's looking nice.
Yeah, we just dropped merch, fella. Go grab it right now at hockeynightinscottsdale.shop.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there with some new stuff eventually, but yeah, limited for now. Thoughts on the Rangers with Capo trade? I'm surprised. I like the picks, but will Borgen? He's not that great. Yeah, he's not going to do anything. No disrespect. Hope it turns out good. Hopefully the boys' mentality gets better moving forward. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to be honest and go on the record. I don't think it's going to do anything for either team. Hopefully Kako kind of shines more of a second overall pick like he is, but is it going to do anything for the Rangers? No.
It kind of reminds me of just when Seattle picked up Tolvanen, that Eli Tolvanen, the guy that lit up the KHL. He went over to Nashville. He was okay. He was a first-round pick later, obviously, than Capo. But do you even hear about Tolvanen at all in Seattle? I mean, he's okay, right? But I just think that's kind of a similar mold. Hopefully, Kako can be like a consistent 40-point guy. I think that would be the ceiling for him. Now, Ronnie Franchise probably is just hoping and taking a flyer on a high-end talent, or at least during his draft year, to maybe get him to another place, change the scenery, and all of a sudden he pops off for like 50 or 60 points a couple years. But that, I think, is a hope, skip, and a dream at this point. Chat, load it up. What do we got? Come on. We need you buzzing. Boys have had a long day over here. But you know what? We're trying to bring you the heat as we always do at Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Picks for the first Four Nations Cup or the Four Nations face-off. I don't really give a fuck who wins because it's a fake tournament. I'm just going to say USA just because I'm American.
But who cares?
Who cares? There's no Czech. Is there Czech?
No.
There's no Russia. It's not really like the world's best. So
there's no Czech Republic and there's no check for winning either. So what's the point?
You don't get paid?
No.
Why would you play in it?
I would play.
When people are like, "Oh, it's an honor to represent my country," it's not like you're going to the fucking army. Like it's like maybe I don't know.
Well, it's not the Olympics either,
right?
So what is it? It's a made-up tournament.
It's
There's
just
4
a money
teams.
grab.
Yeah, it's just so the league can make more money. Like I think the World Cup of Hockey was way sicker than the Foreskin Cup. Like four teams, who gives a shit? Why don't you just go play an exhibition game?
Yeah, get that chat buzzing. We'll get back to the chat at the next commercial break. Keep it buzzing.
Yeah.
And, there's a bad turnover. Good save by Wall.
Wyatt Johnston, I believe, took that shot.
I'm telling you, man, he's been playing really good. And let's talk about the Robertsons here. Jason Robertson last year had a great year. This year a little bit slower. But what the fuck is Nick Robinson to this Toronto team? He's an early second round pick. He doesn't really produce. He's not big enough to really be a guy that's going to go out there and bang bodies. No Diddy. What do you think about Nick Robertson?
I mean, he's one of those guys that, I was in a similar boat in St. Louis, but I would say he doesn't have an identity. He doesn't have an identity on this team. And if he goes somewhere else that is like a team that's looking to win now, well, he's going to be in the same situation. I think the only way that Nick Robertson buys himself a little bit more runway if he goes to a team like Man Jose, or he goes to a team like Chicago, where you can kind of come in and like almost, you don't have to force your way in, and it's basically your spot to lose. Now, what you do with that is up to you at that point. But if he goes into a team that's loaded, at playoff time, he's fine, but he doesn't hit. He doesn't really score. So what is he doing? Fuck, fight, or hold a light? And right now he's kind of holding a light. At playoff time, he's not on my roster.
No,
from what I've seen at this point on a good team. And that's exactly what he's running into. Right now, they're playing him just to kind of, they're a little banged up. They're trying to shop him around maybe. But this is also game 35 we're talking about, Rob, or whatever we're at, game 30. It's like, let's see in April. He's probably not going to be in that lineup.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's a absolute bomb from Ilya Lyubushkin right to the logo of Joseph Wall. Lyubushkin's a guy that I completely forgot about once he left the Coyotes. And did he go from Coyotes straight to Dallas? Did
He
stop
went to
Toronto
Buffalo
first?
and then he went to Anaheim.
Oh, he went to
Toronto too.
Oh, so I'm just really out of the fucking loop. But
yeah, I mean, the Big Bear, listen, he's a guy that's played way longer than I ever would have expected when he first came into the National Hockey League with the Coyotes. He came over from Russia with nothing but a kit for Borscht and a low-grade hooker. But the thing about him is when he rounds the net, he actually doesn't see anything but glass. So he doesn't even look to make a play, and sometimes that can kind of help you as a defenseman, where as long as you don't make a terrible play, and you just make the play that's, not a turnover, you can play a long time in this league. I always tell guys that use the Windex can make 7 figures in this league. And that's exactly what the Big Bear does. Now, he does block a lot of shots, and he is a goddamn refrigerator, but he doesn't do a ton out there, good or bad.
Yep. 11:45 remaining. If you're following along with us in the chat, let's answer this real quick. Tyler, who said what up to us on the hill in Utah when we were skiing, says, how was playing with the King, a.k.a. referring to Swish playing with Henrik Lundqvist at the NHL's, I don't know what it's called, the Extreme Alumni Classic.
Yeah, it was great. Listen, I mean,
that MILF behind the bench, by the way. She can kind of get it. A little bit foreign.
I bet she's some sort of, she looks like she's from Estonia, but has a little bit of a Mexican descent. So keep an eye on her, that little spicy tamale behind the bench of Pete DeBoer. I would say Hank right now could still play in the league. He was that good. He probably had 70 shots against him just because we had half a National League roster and half like local guys. Oh my Patches, he is
holy shit!
Guys
what has gotten into him recently? He is just bundying guys. Holy shit!
I think he's just trying to stay in the league. Is someone going to grab him though? Like he buried Jack Hughes the other night. Now Bork,
Jesus,
takes the chin off of him. Yeah, Patches is.
Was that Stankoven?
That was Bork, young kid.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he just got inserted the lineup recently. He's playing on the first line with Hintz and Robertson, but.
Anyway, to your point, people forget that Henrik Lundqvist, maybe they don't forget, he wasn't out of the league because of his play. It was a medical thing with his heart, which sucks. Yep.
Like, he legit could still
That's a great hit.
Play in the league. Oh, my head.
Oh.
How's your fucking chin? You have to keep it tucked. But, like,
look at that.
Someone do something to grab him if you're going to take a penalty. Like, what is a cross check going to do, Rope? Come on, man.
Nice. Now you just took a penalty.
Yeah, like he's lucky Jamie Benn wasn't out there, though. You'd have absolutely piss pump Patches. But yeah, I just think like Hank right now I'm confident he could be at least a good backup in the league. He's that good. And just the way he looks, no diddy. It's like, holy fuck. This guy's a man rocket. But back to the sheet here, folks, and back to the game. Oh, my toe-in suck job by Poppy over to Morgan Riley, who surveys his options and throws a little
contract?
bit. He's making 7. He's on 7x7.
Oh.
So he's got, I think, 4 years left maybe at that. Not bad.
Marner's been really good, man. If you get this Marner in the playoffs, I'll answer this now. Thoughts on the Leafs winning a playoff round this year? Dude, I mean, they look good. They have a great team. If every guy plays the way he can in the playoffs, like,
yeah,
it shouldn't be an issue.
Camp, soft. Lorenz, I like. Bobby McMahon, I actually like. Robertson and Camp, you got to do something about those two guys. And then a back end, Benoit, he's not bad. I think Timmins, you got to get someone tougher than a $2 steak back there on the right side, just because I think when the game gets hard, he's a little bit vanilla. But I do like Riley, OEL, McCabe. I like in Tana. That's a solid. Just go out there and muck it up. And Benoit at playoff time, I don't mind, but I think you're about one defenseman and you got question marks at 2 different places in your forward lineup. Now, listen, they're going to get Kelly Yarncock back, a.k.a. Yarncock, but to me, he doesn't really move the needle.
But you should be able to win around with that roster without a doubt. Like, I think we're past the point where they're losing in the first round every year. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it depends who they play. I mean, if they play Florida, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends who they play. Like, who's their first round matchup? I think they could win a round, but just it's going to depend who they play.
Like, Boston should not give them an issue. There's 9:44 remaining too. If you're following along with us, 9:42. Like, Boston shouldn't give them an issue anymore, in my opinion.
No, you're right. But if they play in Carolina, they'd have a better chance if they were playing Florida, and those teams are going to be up there. And I don't know. you're right with Boston. I don't think Boston should give them an issue, but it's that older brother factor that I think these guys, they get in the game and they have like PTSD. I know Gritty Marner is probably worried about getting hit by Marchand or Marchand saying something mean to him. Like, at the end of the day, if Boston does get in the playoffs, they do have big, mean defensemen. And that is something I don't know if some of these guys can handle. But you know what? They do have the right man for the job, is Craig Berube, and especially at playoff time. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like Robertson, and I would even, Rob, it's crazy to say, Pacioretty can't be playing on your second line.
Yeah, no way.
Right?
Not in 2025.
No. So we're gonna go to a commercial break.
We are back. Commercial break. Excuse me. Chins look sharp. Thank you. We appreciate that. It's always good to compliment another dude's chin. Edzo and Jonesy are reunited in the press box in the Wings Flyers game right now. That's actually really cool to see. How's the real estate market looking? I don't know. I haven't paid attention to that in 6 months. The Leafs are getting bounced, and I'm not even going to read that. It's disgusting. Which town, now to the real question, which town has a more bolt-on racks, a.k.a. fake tits, Dallas or Scottsdale? It's got to be Scottsdale.
Oh, man, you're talking about the silicone belt coming right through it. It goes Dallas, stops in Scottsdale, and goes right up to Laguna Beach in LA. So that is the silicone belt, as I would call it. Yeah, I will tweet it right after this. But yeah, dude, there's so many fake nukes in Dallas. Have you been out in Dallas much?
No,
my God, you would love that.
Dude,
that sounds awesome.
I went for 2 nights, and one of the nights was WrestleMania.
Oh,
and one of the nights, I had that situation with that trans person.
Yeah, like, dude, Dallas is such a good city. It really is. We should go there.
Can I just tell the trans story real quick?
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna tweet. Tell it.
All right. So I was in Dallas and I got a DoorDash order, and this is after WrestleMania. Those 2 nights of WrestleMania. The first night I didn't go because I think WrestleMania is stupid. Then second night I'm like, fuck it, I'll get a ticket. All my friends are going.
Right.
Fuck it. And I actually had a really good time. It was good. So we're like just pissed drunk. Me and my buddy actually end up getting asked to leave the hotel. It was all of us as a group, but they were going to kick us all out of the hotel. So me and my buddy said, how about this? Us two will go get a hotel somewhere else. No Diddy. Let these guys stay. We'll leave. We'll split the group in half. So that's what we did. Before this, all the guys are drunk. I order everybody Wendy's. I get like 40 burgers, just an outrageous Wendy's order. Fuck, the game's on, but I'll just keep telling that.
Keep telling.
So we go outside the hotel. Everything's calming down, and I get the order. I go to the guy's car or the girl, whatever it is, and I take the Wendy's order, and I'm like turning to walk away, and I just hear the DoorDash driver say something like, I've told this story before. It was something just like, "You cute," or something like that. It was something, and I look back through the window, and it looks like it's just a chick.
Right.
It's just a chick. It talks like a chick. It's just a chick. So I said, "Oh, thanks." They're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm just partying. She's like, "Oh, okay, blah blah blah." So I end up exchanging numbers with that woman.
Yeah.
And she had massive fake bombs, by the way, like fake tits, like they're out. I get up to the room. This is kind of an anticlimactic story.
Yep.
But I get up to the room, and like within 30 minutes, she texts me and she was just like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I wasn't born a woman." And then I just blocked the phone number. It was so weird. But like I was walking, I was like, damn, like this DoorDash driver kind of looks good.
Right.
She must have spent $100K on her body. And the voice was a chick's voice.
She went full Bruce Jenner.
Dude, yeah. And keep in mind, it was a little dark out. It was late at night. So like I don't want to, anyone to think that I'm attracted to dudes. Even if you do think that, I don't care what you think. But yeah, it was weird, man. I thought I was like, hey, you have friends that want to come party with us, whatever. We just got some shit at the hotel, but we can hit a bar or whatever. And then she's just like, I wasn't born a woman. And it ended right there.
Oh, my
God. That's my experience in Dallas, dude.
Well, at least she was honest.
Yeah, no, yeah. I
Like,
respect it.
Because next thing you know, you shed the laundry and you get in there and you do have your junior chicken and your spicy chicken sandwich as well as a Baconator. And all of a sudden, every artery is clogged and she wants you to plug her butthole. So there's a lot of different things in that story, but at least she was up front. And you know what? No, I wasn't born this way. I actually made that transformation. Speaking of a transformation, we're going to go back to the hockey game right now, folks. We have Austin Matthews just tried to send a little bit of a saucer pass on his backhand over to Matty Nyes. Matty Nyes gets that puck knocked down by Essa Lindell, but anyways, collected at the top of the key by Oliver Ekman Larson. Then, a great little slip play by Matty Nyes, who made a nice escape move in the corner to evade some space and ultimately almost found Johnny Tavares. Johnny Tavares playing like he wants to get paid now. I don't know if he's going to get what he wants or deserves in Toronto, but they're going to have to make a decision with upper management and Brendan Shanahan as well as Brad Treliving later on, maybe this season or into the offseason as we get into, crunch time of when the Leafs usually kind of just choke up a little bit.
He's going to have to take a team-friendly deal
if he wants to stay, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's got the kombucha on tap. Oh, my.
Oh, who is that?
Colin Blackwell? Blackie
God,
Chan.
Playing like he wants a 5x5 to finish off his career.
Yep, that guy has had more concussions than Joe Frazier, but he's still out there mucking along. 6:21 remaining in the first frame over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Matty Nyes with a nice little cutback play and almost found, actually, that was Pacioretty, not Johnny Tavares on the back door, and a great stick by Ottinger and another good stick by Joseph Wall to elude the puck from Colin Blackwell, the pride of Harvard. Came up through a lot of different systems. Man, Jose, he was in Milwaukee a little bit, in Nashville. He played in Chicago with the Blackhawks and now finds himself 7, 8, 9 years into the league and into, just hockey in North America. As we were looking here at Colin Blackwell, small chin, a small man, but you know what? Heart of a lion to still be getting it done.
6:17 remaining in the first period.
Ryan Reeves playing his 900th National Hockey League game tonight.
Yeah.
It's a lot of games for a chucker, as that was a bomb by Roope Hintz. Roope Hintz has like a different haircut every week.
I know, right? I was just thinking that.
Like he goes Joe Burrow, then he goes long flow. Like, does he have a wig guy, or like how does he grow hair that fast? I don't know, man. Like he might be putting he might be flying to Turkey mid-season. Like who knows? Like this guy's got a buzz cut, and then he's got like flow that touches his name bar. It's really weird.
6:06 remaining in Dallas. This broadcast is brought to you by Ozempic. If you are a fat idiot, just jab yourself with a needle and don't think about the side effects. Don't think about that it's ruining your bone density. Just take that easy shortcut way to lose a bunch of fat from you eating artificial sugar your entire life. 5:52 remaining. This episode is brought to you by Firehouse Subs. Every sub is made by a shirtless firefighter in the fire department. 5:41 remaining.
Hot tastes better, especially when it's made by a gay guy named Chuck. Chuck and Larry. Hell of a movie. Folks, again, right now, 5:30 remaining as Morgan Riley rounds his net, surveys his options, and takes a look to, where am I going to get this puck? And I'm going to dump this fucking thing in. And one of you motherfuckers go and find it. Finding the pill was Jake Ottinger. Folks, right now, 5:22 remaining. Shots 8-4 in Brock favor of the Dallas Stars. We're getting a look at the Big D right now. The American Airlines Center lit up like a Christmas tree.
Jay Swish, how was Aspen?
It was it's a great city. And I always tell people, I've been going there for years. It's my mom's favorite spot, but it's where millionaires are on government cheese.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, it's just like, it's ridiculous, the prices. If you want to buy anything there, any meal you're going for, White House Tavern's got the best $200 lunch in the league, and that doesn't even include the drinks you get. It's just crazy expensive. It's very bougie. There's more private birds on their strip per capita than anywhere in the world. It's a great place. Listen, they got actually really good skiing, but definitely bougie. And you know what? I like that. I also like to throw both ways. I like sandpaper or dive bars. I like bougie. So, yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a spot. Some of the best restaurants, in all seriousness, in the entire country are in Aspen. And if you're a single guy, don't tell them what you're worth. Just show up with, a platinum card and a nice designer wallet and see if that'll get it done. Don't tell them what you do for work. Just tell them you own a place somewhere in the town and then fake everything about that.
Cowtown show, Stampede, maybe. We'll let you guys know. Whenever we have shows, we don't really like to announce them until they're set in stone. I believe Boston and New York are up next, but we will let you know right away. We get this question a lot. Well, Swish does, but we'll put it up anyway for any new listeners in here. And it's, what was your OMG? This is so National League moment.
Yeah, I mean, I've told the story about, when I came to Scottsdale, we got on a party bus right from the Gila River right into Old Town. We had everything lined up at a place called Roku Sushi back in the day, which was at the W.
Good
and then
spot.
went right over to Bottle Blonde, DJ booth, the Drive for Five, 7 different kinds of smoke up your nose, in your nose, snorting, doing whatever. But I would say, I don't know, man, like there's just a lot of different moments. I think just, obviously playing your first game, hanging out with like just guys that are just full on rock stars, you really get like accustomed to how much money some of these guys are making. That wasn't one of me, but yeah, I just think just like going out for a team meal and, one guy eating a certain tab, or even seeing a guy, throw like $10,000 on the board to the team fun. You're like, Jesus, if we win this game, this guy's really writing a check for 10,000 to the team. So just different things like that. I mean, it's the greatest league in the world for a reason, right?
You got to shoot that on net there. If you're, I think that was Timmons. I could be wrong. You got to get that puck, maybe pass off the pad there. Who is this? Just absolutely fumbling the rock.
Yeah,
25. I should know.
That's Timmons.
Yeah, he is just having a tough shift right now. Get that out right away. Get it out. There you go.
Yeah,
and that's out of the play. He's having it. Just get off the ice.
I mean, Timmons is a guy that was in Arizona. He unfortunately had an ACL injury, and he's bounced around a little bit. He started in Colorado. He was a high pick. He had concussion issues. Then he came over to AZ as kind of a reconstruction project. Wasn't able to really do anything just because of being plagued by injuries. Now, he's a good kid, Rob. But to me, he has some similarities to a young Jay Swish, where you got to play a little bit outside of your element, and he can't be soft. And sometimes I just think he's a little bit soft. And I just don't know when I question how he would be at playoff time, because he's not skilled enough to be that unbelievable dynamic offensive guy. So now you got to bring a little bit more sandpaper, especially if you're playing as a 5'6" defenseman, right? Like you can't be soft in the bottom pair.
No, and yep, that was definitely out of play. I saw that from a mile away. It hit the camera. Jessica Biel and Chuck and Larry was a 10 out of 10. That's a fact. Jessica Biel is an absolute smoke. Rob, what was your welcome to the EHL moment? It wasn't called that when I was there, but I was just happy to be there, man. I was playing house league as like a 14-year-old. So to make it to any sort of junior at all, even if it's not considered good, I was just happy to be there. But yeah, let's get back to the game. 4:30 remaining. Dallas is going to go on the peeper here as we see the Winter Classic ad that the NHL is not going to let us do content with them because, well, they all have blue hair and pronouns in their bio. But that's another conversation. That's a conversation for another day.
Yep. The far left taking us down, and a great stick there by David Kampf.
And I want to make this clear. I don't really care. By the way, people are just like, oh, that's what you got. I don't care. I just think it's funny. That's why I made a joke about it.
Being authentic and unique, well, you might have to pay for it on the front side, but you'll be laughing later. Speaking of laughing, I'm laughing at this power play right now. They weren't able to settle it down and do really anything, as we're getting a live look at Miro Heiskanen. Every time I see that name, I don't know, it just reminds me of a Heineken. What a dish there by Wyatt Johnston. A little one-touch McGraw. How are you? Jamie Benn keeping the puck alive. And then a little one-touch. How are you? Through the legs. The Rope Hintz tries to send it through the back door over to Robertson to find the one-timer. But a great track and stick by David Kampf. We're going to get a look here at the second unit. That stank oven, as well as Heiskanen going to stay on Datinoff, who Pete DeBoer just loves. Mason Marchment, who's a good chin. And Matt Duchene, who is, again, playing with his guitar, that he always goes to the Guitar Center before a game and picks out a new 6-string. He brings it to the locker room. They're actually crazy that they don't listen to any tunes during their pregame warm-up. It's just Dutchy on the strings. And one of his favorite, like we've mentioned, is Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker.
Kind of respect how honest he was about getting traded from Nashville. He was talking about how he was crying and shit. And I'm like, I respect the hell out of that, just to go on there and be like, yeah, my kids were pissed. I was pissed. I was sad. I was crying. My wife was crying. I was, was going out to bars by myself and crying. And I kind of respect the honesty there.
100%. I mean, these guys, as much as we sometimes chirp them and whatnot, if for play or as fans,
what the fuck?
They are real human beings, folks, just like you and me. 4 limbs, 1 chin, and a couple shins, as there was a burger there.
People always think that just because they make, quote unquote, a lot of money, that
have it perfect.
Yeah, they have everything. Everyone has their own fucking problems, as you like to say.
100%.
Oh, there's a broken twig, and we have an odd man rush now with Bobby McFerda. And it's going to result in absolutely nothing as Lorenz gets rubbed out, no Diddy on the wall, and Dadonov picks up that puck.
Rubbed out like, well, about this year last time we were at the West Garden. Folks, Esa Lindell playing the puck over to Evgeny Dadonov. Dadonov sends a hope and a prayer. Bon Jovi living on a prayer through the midsection of the guts, but isn't able to find anyone. Oh, my Dutchie, that was filth. Hit him. Oh, my God. Fumble fuck McGraw. Timmins
needs to go get a new stick. Like, do something. You got to change it up. Take your tape off. Put new tape on. I don't like the way that puck is just exploding off of his stick.
No. He's got hands like a bad tight end right now.
Every time I see an Ozempic ad, I can't take anything seriously. It's just crazy. Good shot, but missed wise. Ham Steele's buzzing. It's just like such a crazy ad. Like,
well, it's
Ozempic.
crazy. Like
walk on the fucking treadmill.
It's crazy they just hand out Ozempic like at the doctor's office like it's breath mints. It's like, what do you mean? Like, how about we try to fix the problem, not just delay the problem? Oh my God, how are you?
Good save.
Brendan Smith, hands of a rapist, but Joseph Wall knew it was Smitty. He knew, well, he probably wasn't going to score. Wonder when Joe Pavelski comes back to this team and joins the boys. I would say give it till about March.
I don't even know what's wrong with that. Look at this. Good play, too, for having no twig. Lorenz has got I'd like to see him do something better with that. But
well, Pavelski retired. But the only reason why he retired, I think, is because his wife made him. And Joe's a good chin. But I do think he's at some point going to get sick of fishing, hunting, and he's just going to strap on the pads and come back for a playoff stretch. So
yeah, when you first said that, I was like, wait.
Yeah, he did retire, but I do think at some point Joe Pavelski,
that's a hot take,
will be back. I will tweet it after this. Folks, 155 remaining here in the first frame as we're getting a live look at the first unit of the Dallas Stars. That was a horrible pass, dude. What are you doing?
Oh, guys also don't realize when you go down like that, like, did you see the play where Foligno dove head first to the boards?
Yes.
Like, you're going in hot. Even when you're going in not that hot, it's scary. You're sliding up against a wall. So whenever I see that, I just kind of shudder a little bit.
Those walls, if they could talk and if they could move, you'd maybe feel a little bit better. But they don't move. But speaking of moving, let's get this puck moving here on this 5-on-4 opportunity for the Dallas Stars as Robertson sends it down low to Jimmy Benn, who goes rock star mode and throws it to the cage. And Joseph Wall gobbles that up. Folks, 119 remaining here in this power play, 117 in the first frame. That's just not a very good play there. And
how has none of that gambling ad been money? How has none of that gambling ad money not been splashed on a hockey night in Scottsdale? We're asking the same question. That's why we're out here just grinding it, doing it for the people until we can sell out. We'll see what happens.
Yep, folks, again, right now, if you're just tuning in with us or you're just hanging out, 105, 103 remaining here in the first frame. Again, load up those questions. We will go to break, but please, Dadonov with a decent chance, but didn't get a whole lot of wood on that. Load up that chat, folks. Please, we will take your questions, comments, and concerns. It is Wednesday. It is the Hump Day Classic. Tomorrow, obviously, ladies' night. Tonight is moving day. Again, it's when the weekday shifts into the weekend. So if you're drinking tonight, let us know. Hockey Night in Scottsdale merch is on sale. HockeyNightInScottsdale.shop. Again, we do have our Chicago tickets out as well. So if you're coming to Chicago in and around the Winter Classic, please buy a ticket. Come hang out. We have a few, I'd say maybe 2 seated tickets left. So if you want one, go grab them. And then as well as the standing room options. So we will be giving away 5 Bedard jerseys at that show, as well as a pair of tickets on the glass. As we have a 2-on-1. Oh my God, what are you doing, Evgeny?
Right there.
How much did you drink last night for Russian Christmas? Find the 1T.
Shoot.
Bang. Air in the horn.
All right, folks. We'll get to those questions that just rolled in right at the start of the second period. We're fucking out of here for now. We will be back. Whoa. Back for the second period, y'all. It's 19:52 remaining. We are back for the last Altcast of 2024.
Fucking A, what a year it's been. I mean, before we get to the goddamn action, this guy loves Pete DeBoer. Pete DeBoer loves going to Datonov's house and having borscht and seeing his wife with big old Russian cans. So he keeps him around. He's brought him everywhere he's gone. Vegas, Man Jose, now into Dallas. Look at this fucking goal. Fella, you owe my toe in suck job. That was dirty, by the way. Holy fuck. That was straight KHL shit right here. Toe in, toe out. How are you? And then you go short side because not only do I want to score, I want to embarrass the goalie. That was actually a nasty shot by Evgeny Datonov. Wow.
Holy shit. The Datonov going full KHL on a Wednesday night in December. You'll love to see it.
Back to the game, folks. Again, please load up that chat. Get at us with anything you have related to the Christmas break, related to the Bender season we are entering right now. We've been in Bender since Thanksgiving. But again, this is the greatest time of the year. After this, everyone will be depressed in January. They will be at their local Planet Fitness trying to get in shape for this New Year's resolution. Something fake and make-believe they made up in their head. But anyways, we're not there yet because nothing matters right now in the world besides Hockey Night in Scottsdale and getting shit-faced. If you're following along right now in the chat, please sync up your TV. If you're at the game in Dallas, send us a snap on Twitter. You're watching the boys, but you're watching the game. That would be amazing if we have anyone right now in the Dirty D watching this game. But more importantly, you're watching the game right now with the Hockey Night in Scottsdale crew. 18:39 remaining here in the second frame. We're just getting going right now, Gooch. Actually, not a bad game. Really good pace to it. I don't know what the Leafs did last night. I don't know if they were over at Nick and Sam's, a great steakhouse.
Dallas, we have a interference call. Sorry to interrupt you there. Connor Timmins, who's having an absolute night for himself, just absolutely bundied Marchment, who's a little pest, by the way. As he's getting up, he snaps his stick. Dude, what an idiot. What a freak.
Is he going to get called for a dive here? This guy loves to dive, the big fella. I play with him with the Toronto Marlies, and he's a little bit of an actor.
I don't really like him.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know him, but
he's a good guy, but he's one of those big guys that he was kind of going down already, wasn't he? Like he's faking like he's hurt. Like he's not hurt, man. And this is hilarious. This is what he deserves, though. You break your stick and then you fall right on your shoulder.
What an idiot.
That actually hurts when you fall on your shoulder like that. Like he's probably most hurt from that. I don't know about that call, man. I mean, this guy's a muff diver. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those guys that he felt Timmins on his back.
Yeah, he knew.
And he knew he was going down already. To me, that's a dive. Torts would not be happy about that.
No call, though, right? I thought there was a call, but.
So it was just offside, or what did they call?
Simultaneous stoppage.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, good no call. I was going to say you can't call that. If anything, that's a dive. But great no call by the Strips. And we're back to the action here. This is a high-flying affair. Heads up and watch out for your chin there, Smitty. Brian Reeves rolling in, and you know what? He's looking to put your chin stapled to the back end ball. Game's got good paces. It's probably the fastest game I would say we've seen. Oh, my God.
Oh!
Reeves just got put on his wallet.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. I know you're rocking a Michael Kors wallet, fella. Upgrade that thing, but wow, you just got put right on your back wallet. Holy shit. Brendan Smith.
That was borderline racist.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been definitely doing his deadlifts in the offseason because that was an absolute shitter he used there.
Sam Steele. I like Sam Steele. I really do. 17:30 remaining as here's Sam Steele again in the corner, buzzing inside out back to up north. And wow, a little fake on the end by Lyubushkin, who's going full K. It must be KHL night. All the Russian guys are flying.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Russian holiday was yesterday, so these guys got drunk as hell. And you know what? Sometimes you got to sweat it out. Lyubushkin looking like a young Robert Gordon Orr. My God, my Jiminy Christmas. Holy jumping. Lyubushkin flying around.
Nasty backhand sauce there by Steelsy.
Like he's a missile going into Chernobyl back in the day. My God, Lyubushkin flying like he wants to get out of the Soviet Union. The old Joseph Wallin Iron Curtain. Let me escape and go to Czech Republic. I'll change my name and I'll leave my wife. Yeah, this is great. I mean, this is a good hockey game. It's actually one of the only games that we've done where you know what? I'm genuinely interested in this. Is good old time hockey here, folks. High flying affair. Guys skating, guys hitting. Chuck, if we had a Chuck here, that would make everything better.
Who would you want to fight ideally? Like, who would you want to watch?
I mean, who's really gonna throw him on?
Reeves.
I mean, it's gonna be Reeves, but there's gonna be no one. I mean, I would like to see like a Max Dome, like a middleweight nail gun fight. I'm looking at Domi, and I'm looking at maybe a guy like Marchman if you would give him one. I don't think he would. I'm looking at maybe that would probably be the only one. Maybe on the back end, someone. I don't know if this Brendan Smith and Domi, I think would be a good fight, good spirited bout. That's kind of like a middleweight, but kind of nail gun-ish like fight. Like Smitty will fight anyone. He's fought McDermott, he's fought Rempe. So he's not the best fighter, but he will answer the bell, and I do respect that. So back to the game here, folks. Again, 3 and a hook remaining until we get to our first commercial break. We're at 16:15 to be exact. Wyatt Johnson sends that puck right along to Jamie Benn. That was rink wide. Evgeny Datnov surveying his options on his inside edges. Morgan Riley grabs that puck, and he's able to get that intercepted. Datnov again. Oh, back to Johnson. And this third line looking really good for Pete DeBoer. That line features Wyatt Johnson centering Datnov, as well as Jamie Benn, Jamie Benn, every year it seems like he takes a half a strip of tape off that tape job.
I was just thinking about that. It's extra skinny tonight. It is.
Yes, it is. It's the skinny margarita tonight that's stirring that drink for Jamie Benn as Labushkin back on the ice. And one guy, I don't know if he's hurt or if he's scratched, but Matty Dumba signed a 2-year ticket the offseason, not playing tonight. Shout out to Matty Dumba. That man not only buzzes on the ice, he can, he just smokes all around the ice like a chimney. So shout out to Matty Dumba.
15:20 remaining as this game is brought to you by Milk and Oreos. This game is brought to you by Ozempic, Firehouse Subs, and Oreos.
And if you get fat from doing Oreos, Firehouse Subs, well, we do have Ozempic for you. What a play there by Rope.
You see how he pushed him more forward.
Did you see how he corralled that puck? I don't know what he did. I'd like to see a replay of that because that was absolute hands of a wizard.
What is going on here? Everyone's falling down.
That was hands of a magician. Hands of a card magician. It was sick. It was like a one-hand fire poker.
Ooh!
Oh my chunky sauce. Campbell's
chunky.
Oh! Wow. Campbell's chunky.
Are you serious?
Austin Matthews delivered. I'm going to tweet that. A little bit of Campbell's chunky. Oh my God. Oh my
chunky
God.
Monkey just barreling through the last chick at the bar.
Campbell's chunky.
Austin Matthews realizes that he has space. Chris Tanev kind of pushed him further on a breakaway by accident. The Roop Daddy kind of gets slew-footed there. And
look at this chunk.
Marner to Matthews.
Was it chunk or was it?
It was chunky.
I was going to say it was chunky.
Watch this.
Oh
yeah, it was an absolute crunchy
Folks,
monkey.
that was the Hardy chicken noodle.
And Nylander, who puck was kind of still on edge, just goes upstairs where Grandpa hides the Nazi uniform.
We're talking 4,000 calories in a
Nick Robertson, great pass by Nick Robertson in his own zone. Let's see what he could do here. Nick Robertson, I'm sure he's a great guy, but it just pisses me off watching him because, oh, he scored! Oh! Somebody sign this kid!
What did Nicky Robertson do?
He's the best player in the league!
Because you're the best around.
I was just about to chirp him and be like, he's a guy that just kind of does nothing and then score right in my face.
Now, here's a guy. Look at this. Oh, my inside-out job.
Loses it.
In through the outdoor on Brendan Smith, and then an absolute muffin to Jake Ottinger. But you know what? There was traffic there. Watch this inside-out job. How are you? Loses the puck. Good stick.
Check, though.
Yep. And then, look at, uses Petrovic as a screen and just kind of throws a hope and a prayer, honestly, on the cage. And you know what? Sometimes you get rewarded, especially when the Hockey Night in Scottsdale guys call you out. You usually score Max Domi tonight with this goal, as well as we were chirping earlier. Oh, my Mushman.
Dude, if you're Marchman there, you got to stop on that puck, too. He kind of J-hooks around, and you got to have that if you're Ottinger. I know there was a little bit of crossfire screen, but Nick Robertson, wow.
I mean
he is back.
That's one of those where you literally just you turn it over, you fuck it up, and you're so on high alert that your coach is going to bench you for a turnover, especially right there on a move that maybe you shouldn't make. I like it. It's not a high percentage play, but then you get that puck back in the high slot after you backtrack and somehow you just throw a puck on the net, Rob, and it goes in. Like, that's how you know you're living right. Like, that's how you know you're not cheating on your girl. That's how you know you're doing everything right in the month of December. The gift that keeps on giving. You always get those bounces when you're living right. Maybe you haven't done any drugs lately, or maybe you quit drinking for the month. I don't know, but Nick Robertson right now, living right, definitely got in the sheets early in Dallas, probably played some Halo or Fortnite with his brother last night because that's all that kid does. So good on the nerds. They're living right.
We got a lady in the chat, so I'm just gonna say, unless it's a dude named Lindsay, what do you think the Adams and Pegula relationship is like? I kind of touched on this in our episode last night. I think they're definitely having an affair. As wow, there's a good attempt by Camp who's complaining about something. Just go to the fucking bench, dude.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Lindsay's actually a sneaky sick dude name. No Diddy. Lindsey Hunter, who used to play for the Detroit Pistons. Love that name. I would never name my kid Lindsay, but for a black dude, I think it's pretty sick. Anyways, back to the game. We're Patches. We have a 3-on-1. Why did you change? Why did you change? You had a 4-on-1, boys.
Drew, get the hoodie online. We won't have them at the show in Chicago, unfortunately. Thank you for buying tickets. Can't wait to see you, buddy. I can't believe I just buddied you. That was by accident. But seriously, thank you for buying tickets. But we won't have those in person, unfortunately.
Why are you changing there, though, as Austin Matthews drives Heiskanen wide and almost gets a little slip play into the triangle to go on Jake Ottinger as he shuts the garage door? This game has been great. Not a ton of defense, but I do like that. And that's got to
Come on.
That's got to be a penalty.
How?
No?
For what?
You just absolutely butt raped him.
A little butt rape going on down.
Dude, what do you mean, Benoit? That was that was 2-hand hold, dude. That was like that would be holding in football.
He said, "How
is he not getting called?"
No, they did. Was it offside again?
Watch this wrap job.
Oh yeah,
look at that wrap job. What do you?
But he kind of Blackwell did a good job though. He felt the glove in, and kind of pinned it.
If the glove fits, you must acquit, folks. Let's go to the chat right now.
Let's go. Chat it up. Questions, comments, concerns. Let's go. Now's the time. Let's go. Let's go. It's commercial break. Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Do PTOs come in for the holidays? No, I'm definitely not taking a random chick. I don't even do PTOs. I can't even afford to fly girls in. So no. Okay. Questions. Let's go. Now's your time to shine, baby. Let's go. Anything and everything. Questions, comments, concerns. Are you mad at your chick? Fuck. That just reminded me. I got to record an episode tonight.
Do you really after this?
Yeah.
You're not going to probably be going to bed. You should record an episode from the hotel or the lobby. What am I saying? From the bar in the concourse at the Charlotte airport. At a Chili's.
Yeah, that would be good.
Just sit down for 20.
I'll have my mic. Fuck it.
Yeah,
dude.
fuck it.
All right, let's go. Hockey Night in Scottsdale to the moon, fellas. 2025 is your year. Hopefully, man. I mean, we just started stepping on the gas this past October. Appreciate the support. How many intermission beverages did you guys put back? I had around 12 beers.
Yeah, I had a couple cigarettes, and that's about it. Those are left-handed, by the way.
Chin merch is fire. Hockey Night in Scottsdale.shop. Go get your pre-order merch. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a couple weeks, but it is the holidays. It's a pre-order, and you guys are going to like it, man. The hats are everything's good quality. Everything's the best. So,
yep. We're the best to ever do it.
Let's go. Keep this shit rolling. Questions, comments. It's commercial. Now you guys are, it's a fucking Swish, more kills. You know, we don't really like talk about pussy. Like, you know, like it's just not a good look for the fellas. Let's say one of our skunks is watching this. We don't have skunks, but.
Right. Yeah. I mean, listen, my amateur days, I had a gal. So I would say probably in my professional life, I've been doing a little bit more whacking. We'll leave it at that.
Is it over for the Rangers? Does Drury got to go? Or does Dolan need to be the GM? The Rangers need to hang more banners. Just focusing on hanging more banners every single game.
No, I saw.
Yeah, the Rangers, they're done.
I saw some stupid things on the internet. I wouldn't even say stupid because they're friends of the show, but I won't mention names. Someone was saying out there that Sean Avery potentially getting the look as a general manager. Now,
no.
I don't know if that's got to be a burger, but that would be a crazy play. Now, listen, Sean Avery, hilarious what he does. Actually does have some fire takes, but I'm not sure that would be the answer. Now, look, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who am I to say? I'm just giving my opinion. That means absolutely nothing. Folks, back to the game right now. We're getting a look.
Hold on. I forget about the Islanders, and also I see this question coming up, and I haven't clicked on it yet. I did not go. I addressed this. I ended up not going to the American Bush, so it's still a place I need to hit. All right.
Yep, back to the hockey game here. If your lady has a bush, maybe get the weed whacker out. And if you need a weed whacker, go over to Home Depot. There's nothing better than going to a Home Depot, walking in, having no idea what you're going to do, and coming out with something you also don't know how to use. Last time I was in Home Depot, I made my way to the home decor section. The lady asked me if I needed any help. She said, "What are you looking to do?" I said, "Well, you know what? I'm looking to build a house today." She looked at me like I was retarded. 93.1, back to the game. 11:45 remaining here in the first frame. Sorry, the second frame. If you're linked up with us right now, again, 58 odd seconds left in this power play for the Dallas Stars. No set of tits behind the bench tonight. No distraction for Pete DeBoer other than a Estonian-looking woman that has a hint of fire salsa in her. Oh, my stanky. Over to Borky. How are you? And we get a look at Stankoven now massaging the puck. He sends it over to Datanov, who has a goal for the Dallas Stars tonight. This game right now, 3-2 shots in favor, 21-7. A little lopsided affair right now for the Dallas Stars, but the Toronto Maple Leafs find themselves very opportunistic tonight and on top. Goals, obviously, from Whitley Styles, Nylander, Max Domi, and I believe who was the other goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight? We had Domi, Styles, and who the hell tucked that other one? Chat, help me out. I'm running on.
Who?
With Domi, Styles. Who had the other goal for Toronto? Oh, Robertson. Sorry, yeah. I forget.
Ferguson. Is Avery a friend of the pod? I don't know.
No, but he's not a friend, you know?
Yeah, mandatory bush is so nails. I agree. It'd be funny if they actually all had bushes at that strip club. Do you own any iTrain hockey? Have you boys ever made love to an overweight lady? We're going to hold it right there, and we're going to get back to the game. 10:52 remaining if you're following along. Chat, are you watching the game with us? And also, chat, where are you guys tuning in from? If you're not even a typer in the chat, type it.
Yeah.
Where are you watching the game from?
Dutchy,
we want
good pass.
to know.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
where are you at?
You know what they say, Rob? 180, she's hardly a lady. 210, count me in. I don't live by those rules, but some of my buddies do.
220 is crazy. That's a thick bitch.
Yeah, that is, you know what? She could play arguably somewhere, not on the line, but that's a good fullback.
We got Windsor, Ontario in the chat. Let's go. Where are you guys from?
Let's go. The home of Zach Cassian. I love that. Again, where you tapping in from? Where you hanging out? This is Wednesday. This is moving day. Please get at us in the chat because you're going to need to entertain us coming up here. We're just rounding our way about the halfway marker of the game. 30-odd minutes left to play right now in the game. 9:58 remaining here in the second frame as we get a look at Colin Blackwell, who's buzzing this fourth line for the Dallas Stars. It's been hot all night. They look good. They are energized. They probably took a nice cold tub today. Blackwell goes down to the ice. Could have been a dive. Could have been a trip, but we're going to play on. Pacioretty plays the puck over to Willie Nylander. Pacioretty, let me say something. He can't play on your second line.
He's too old.
If you're going to win, Pacioretty, he's got to be slotted. It's probably somewhere in that, that 3-hole where Robertson is. And then I don't know who's hurt right now, if anyone is for Toronto, but I just don't think that would be the answer in terms of him on your second line. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking asshole in really big shades.
All right, we'll read this right now. We got Windsor in the chat. We got Seattle in the chat. We got the Chin of St. Pete in the chat. Fucking dude, we got to get down to St. Pete. I've never been to Tampa. I've heard everything, good things. I heard it's an up and coming area. I heard the chicks are hot. Bobby McFerda. Oh! Ottinger, you might get yanked, fella.
Ferda.
You got to have that.
Jake Ottinger, you're playing like a bag of dicks right now, fella. 4 goals on 8 shots as Bobby McMahon just throws that to the cage. Silver to Robertson. This one probably arguably a little worse. What a turnover there. Great stick by Robertson. Slides over McFerda. And wow, beats him low mitt, fella. And he makes no mistake. But watch that pass by Robertson. Great pass in the neutral zone to slide it out to a streaky McMahon on a reload coming out of the zone into the neutral zone. Rob, that is a hell of a play. And you got to have that, though.
Is Nick Robertson better than his brother Jason?
Tweet.
We got St. Pete in the chat. We got Nova Scotia tuned in from the chat.
Nova Scotia.
We got London, Ontario, a.k.a. Lundo, Ontario in the chat. We got Honolulu in the motherfucking chat. Are you serious? We got Hawaii in the goddamn chat. Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby.
We got Vietnam in the chat. That's fucking bullshit, but we got Vietnam in the chat.
Anyone from North Korea in the chat?
We got Chinatoba in the chat.
Chinatoba.
We got Hamilton, Ontario fella.
Oh, the hammer fella. From the pride of the big hammer, the big wrench.
We got the dumpster fire at the KeyBank Center in the chat.
Shout out to the key bump.
We got
Oh my God,
Baltimore.
goal. Oh my God.
Goal. Oh! Are you serious?
Wow. Bobby McFerda scored at the 11:01 mark, and Austin Matthews almost just put that one home on a what we call a rebound, just getting his stats up, going for a double-double tonight. Jake Ottinger, Jesus Christ, get yourself a double-double. They don't have Tim Hortons.
I had a double-double last night.
But you need coffee.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I smoked.
Oh, at In-N-Out?
Yeah, because I was coming back from an undisclosed location. I was whacking this bitch. I'm just kidding. Maybe. And I stopped at In-N-Out. It was so nice. Dude.
Yeah, it is nice, especially when you're high.
Yeah. Baltimore in the chat. Yep. Checking in from the strip club and the chip strip in the chat. What does that mean?
The chip strip. I don't know where the chip strip is. But yeah, I mean, let's get back to being high. There's not much that's bad when you're high. So smoke anything you got and stay in the mood. And then you'll come down and you'll probably hate your life. But again, just get high again. Speaking of high, well, Joseph Wall appears not to be high. Jake Ottinger might be. These guys are former teammates in the St. Louis area. I believe both 1998 products with the U.S. program. Ottinger, is from Minnesota, but they did play at the U.S. program together. Ottinger kind of like Wool's big brother, but right now out-dueling him is his younger brother. 7:33 remaining.
Chat.
What the fuck are you doing out there, you fucking beauties?
Chat, let's go. We got Iowa in the fucking chat. We got Chidminton in the chat. I think that means Edmonton. Is Nick Robertson nasty? He's the best player to ever be picked in the second round.
He's the best player to ever do it.
My girlfriend supports the Santa hat. What's her Instagram?
She up.
Swish, what's it like to see AM34 fire the pill in real life? And also, I'm going to stop it right there because I've skated with Austin a few times, and you can speak on this too, Swish, but I want to speak on it as a guy that never played in the league. You're kind of used to that shit. It's fucked up how hard and fast that puck comes off the stick, how quick. These guys are so good, man. When you skate with them, it's like, what the fuck? Swish can tell you, but it's different for me because I didn't play a high level of hockey. So when you're skating with a guy like that and you see that shot, it's like, are you actually retarded? How are you this good?
For sure. I mean, 69 goals. It's just different. Like even like a guy like Bedard, how he releases the puck. I know he's struggling right now, but it's just different. I mean, guy like Obi, his one-timer is different. I mean, the only guys that can shoot the puck harder than those guys, those two, is probably Christian Fischer. So I would say, yeah. I mean, it's just different is what I'm going to say. It's hard. It's heavy. The way he can score in all different ways, in all seriousness. Yeah, it's a fucking piss missile, man.
Christian Fischer, huge beauty, by the way. Got me my tickets for the game in Nashville. Shout out to Fish. Absolute legend of the game. Signed the guy to a goddamn
8x1.
I mean, I'd take that. Fuck.
Yeah, 100%. Blue guy.
Hello and cheers from St. John's. Whenever I see NL, I think Nova Scotia, but that's not right.
Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
Damn, it's cool. It's cool that Newfoundland people are in here.
That place has the horniest chicks
what?
you'll ever see. Oh
in Newfoundland?
Oh, they call it the Rock. Well, there's one way in, one way out, fella. You go to George Street Days, which I want to go to. I went to a training camp up there, and the amount of women with wedding rings on that were just belligerently cheating on their guys.
Hell yeah.
It was actually one of the hottest things I've ever seen.
It's like Colombia, bro. They don't care.
No, they don't care.
They just want to fuck.
They just want to fuck. And I mean, there's actually a place in Newfoundland called Dildo, which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So
we're going to get to that Swish. We got a question for Swish. We're going to get to that next commercial break. There's a shot wide. If you're following along, 7:09 remaining in the second freaking period. Who the hell is wearing number 95? That's Oliver Ekman-Ferda. Sometimes you forget he's in the goddamn National Hockey League still.
Yep.
What a veteran.
Yeah, I mean, he won a cup last year. Obviously came over, signed a 3 or 4 year deal with his old GM, Brad Treliving. So, yeah, OEL still getting it done. Is Steven Lorenz plays the puck to his line mate Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves not able to direct traffic and put that shit burger into the zone. And Chris Tanev, sometimes you forget that guy is still just in the league doing what he does. Can't handle a puck that well, but fuck, can he block him?
It's so funny, the muscle memory. Like, Tanev fucked that up, and he just goes backhand, banks it behind the net to the D partner. Like, It's such a muscle memory thing to get that puck over to your other D man by using the boards behind the net.
Yeah, the old trapezoid, knowing your angles, no angle dangle. But at that point, you fumble fuck it, and right away, just right over. Easy play as Johnny Tavares gets buried. Wow, by Bischel. Thomas Hartley, one of those guys that's out tonight. Really good defenseman. Stepping in for him is this Bischel kid. Don't know a ton about him, but a nice little hit after the play on Johnny Tavares, making his number, known out there, folks. So, again, load up that chat, please.
Do you have any Swiss Sioux City stories?
Sioux City, Iowa. Yeah, man. I mean, I got basically kicked out of the private school there, Bishop Heelan. Every day they would call me in. They make me shave my face because there was a little 5 o'clock shadow as a junior in high school on my face. It was a really strict school, man. I ended up going to Sioux City East and basically flunking out of there. But, yeah, I just remember being at Bishop Heelan. And I remember the one time I had to sit down, not with the priest alone, but it was the priest and the principal. And they're like, Jordan, like, we've seen it with your cell phone out, this amount of time. I'd never been to a private school in my life. I was from the furthest thing from it. I don't know why they sent us there. But I had to sit down like, we're going to have to, take your phone over the weekend. You're going to have to come in for Saturday school. I'm like, we're playing in Lincoln tomorrow, fella. I'm not coming in. You can call my coach. So they called the coach and like, well, we're going to have to take his phone. I'm like, you're not taking my phone. First of all, what is that?
Babcock?
What is that priest going to do with my phone? The next thing you know, I load up that LG flip phone and I got dick pics from a priest on there.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting out of that. But yeah, it was just a shitstorm. They tried to suspend me a bunch of times for all this just random bullshit. And I ended up just packing my shit and leaving that school. But that was always funny because I couldn't believe people just succumb to these just make-believe rules. I was thinking like at the time, like just because you guys believe in God doesn't mean you can just treat me like a fucking, just a farm animal.
Doesn't mean you have to bang kids.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to try to whack the altar boy. Like I know that he sleeps over and you give him A's, but it doesn't mean you have to give him a gummer every Tuesday after religion class.
How common is it to fish off the same pier internationally? I don't know. Probably. It's just like anything else, man. I mean, pussy's out there and people bang chicks. NL girls are goated. It's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of blondes over there. And like I said, they love the banter. And they love just to get whacked, politely putting it. So anyways, back to the game. Speaking of getting whacked right now, Jake Ottinger taking a little bit on the chin before shots on 9 goals, while his Dallas Stars have 25 shots. 25-9 right now in the shots. Not that matters. But it is an interesting stat and something to, mention. Miro Heiskanen rounds the net, and he's making his way to the neutral zone. Dancing on my own by Robin like, oh, my toe suck, McGraw, Marchment. That is not your game. 5:10 remaining in the second frame right now, folks. Again, if you're just tuning in. Hockey Night Scottsdale. We do have merch right out on our website, hockeynightscottsdale.shop. We do have tickets for the Chicago show all over the place, and especially our Instagrams. Go into the bio, click, and buy a ticket. It'll be worth it. I'm telling you right now. I've been to all 10 of the Hockey Night Scottsdale shows. They're fucking unbelievable.
They're good. Swish, I was watching your old Marlies presser when you got to Toronto. It was hilarious. You were super buttoned up. I mean, I haven't seen it, but you kind of have to be like that, especially as a rookie. I feel like you wouldn't be like that now, though.
No, I mean, listen, I was going into the chin of Toronto. I was getting my first chance to basically make an NHL team with, no previous bias against me. And I was going in to play for Mike Renchcock. Like, I wanted to give myself every opportunity to make that team, even though Mike was a complete douchebag at camp. I still want to give myself a chance to make that team and just come in and be low profile. Ultimately it didn't end up working out, but yeah, you can't come into Toronto too hot. That media will suck you up and spit you out. You got a guy like
your wiener.
Yeah, like you got a guy like Mark Masters who'll just, go full nerd biscuit on you. So yeah, keep it up the wall for sure.
Sorry, I'm loading this. It's such a process to upload YouTube shorts. It's so fucking annoying.
Folks, what
subscribe to our YouTube
out there?
Yep. Subscribe to our YouTube too. I'm gonna go look at the subscriber count. And I know there's people in the chat that aren't subscribed. Guys, it costs no money. It doesn't cost anything. Just fucking click subscribe. We got 1731. Can we make it 1732 going once, going twice? Can we fucking make it? Why the hell is this frozen? All right, we're good. Guys, can we make... Ooh, I almost just the wrong button. Can we make it 1732 in this motherfucker? Click on the button. It's right there.
Like, subscribe. Please subscribe again. Send it to your buddies too. Like, hey, like, can you just do the fellas a favor? They're out here grinding. They're working their chins off. They're not getting paid anything. Like, we're doing this for you guys. We're doing it for the people. Now, we are arguably the most coveted free agents in all of sports. We know that. But again, until we get to the point where we actually have an inked deal, we're going to stay humble. We're going to stay focused. We'll always be humble, but you know what I mean?
I'm going to be so cocky.
We're just trying to get out there and do this for you guys.
As soon as I get a deal, I'm going to fucking never read the chat. I'm never going to answer anyone. I'm going to be a big dickhead. But anyway, we got 2 subscribers. Fucking right. Thank you. I wish it showed you who did it so you can shout them out.
Yeah, or even just say, you know, boys, I gave you a like and a subscription. We really do appreciate that. Again, going back to the game right now, as Mitchy Gritty Marner surveys his option. Mitchy Gritty loves the perimeter. That is no secret, but he was massaging it well on the perimeter, as this might go for icing. But no, they wave it off, and Morgan Riley collects the puck right around his own hash marks in front of Joseph Wonder Berlin Wall.
We got some questions. I don't know if you want to answer them, but I feel like you get these questions all the time, but it's new people. Someone said, why did you hang them up?
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I was playing in Switzerland. I had a head injury. I'll give the cliff notes. I was out for about 7 or 8 months trying to come back and play. I did have offers to play last year, but ultimately I knew what I wanted to do. And it is exactly what we're doing now. Get involved with the media, try to make people laugh with a bunch of shitty jokes and one-liners, and see where that goes. Hockey was not everything for me. I think once you leave the NHL, you really got to love the game. And when you go over to Europe, now there's nothing wrong with playing in Europe. I like my 2 years over there. But again, I wasn't a guy that was going to play until I was 40. And you know what? I love show business. So here we are, folks. You know what? Let's fucking take this thing to the moon.
Yeah, guys. Starts with you guys, man. If you guys weren't in here watching this fucking thing, we would probably not be. Maybe we would be doing this with near 0 views. We're just a couple of guys with a lot of time on our hands right now. Not really. I mean, if we didn't have this, we would.
But, yeah, this is, you know, I guess you consider this is work, but I have a great time hanging out with the people. This is what we like to do. We're going to do. And you know what? This is Wednesday Night Hockey with Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Again, it is moving day. Folks, please load up that chat. 2:44 right now. The game is kind of, you know, taking a lull, but as it should. It was very action-packed for 30-odd minutes. 4-2 right now in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. This game, I think, ultimately is going to even out. I think we're going to get a closer, tighter third period, just how Dallas was playing, especially early. I think they do deserve a couple bounces. So maybe they get a power play early in the third frame and they go from there. But Toronto, very opportunistic. Nick Robertson, 1-1 tonight.
Ooh.
I would tell Nick Robertson right now, grab your fucking brother and pump his eyes shut.
Yeah, why don't they fight?
Well, get the Gordy. Get the Gordy Howe hat trick.
I'm going to answer this because we're coming to the end of the period. Gucci, back in the day, New Jersey Hitman or New York Apple Core? I chin up and listen. All right. So when I was probably in middle school, the New York Apple Core were so fucking good. That was the team to be on. They were nasty. As I got a little bit older, more toward my early high school years, end of my high school career. Oh, it was Willie Styles drives in that. The New Jersey Hitmen were so nasty, man. Like every kid on that team was committed D1. I don't even know why they weren't in the USHL yet. But those teams were so sick. So that's my answer to that. Both really good programs around my area growing up. And I was not good enough to play on them, but found my way to the AJHL eventually, where they completely botched my stats. I actually bitched at the hockey DB guy, even though it's not his fault.
You should reach back out and say, dude, come on.
Dude, how do you have me down as 0 assists? And also, they don't even have me playing for Washington ever. I scored in my first game. I played 4 games there. I had 1 goal, and that doesn't even exist. I mean, that's what happens when you play tier 3 shitty junior hockey, and you're paying like $5K a year to play or whatever it was. I don't remember.
But still, they should have your stats if you're paying $5K. Come on, guys. Let's dig up those old game sheets. What are we doing here?
I know.
I like these stats that Sportsnet is throwing on are literally painful. What does that even mean? Nylander scored 19.6% of all Toronto Maple Leafs goals. Yeah, fella. He makes 11 and a hook. Like, who cares? Give me some real stats. How many whacks does he have in the last month?
Yeah, how many bunks does he have?
How many career bunks do you have? Folks, right now, 1:21 remaining in the second frame. Miro Heiskanen, a guy that just glides so well, throws an absolute chip shitter right to the middle of the ice, ultimately ends up right in front of Joseph Wonder Berlin Wall. And we're going to get to about 60 seconds left. What's that?
I just laughed at this kid calling Sportsnet Leafsnet.
Leafsnet, yeah.
That's funny. I've never seen that one. 54 seconds, my bad, cut you off, but 54 seconds remaining. Can't stop playing with this ball. Every time it's in here, I just want to fucking just shoot, just take a step back three and just fucking drain one.
Yeah, wet like a book.
Oh, fuck.
And then, folks, we got 38 odd seconds left here in the second frame. Oliver Ekman Larson plays a puck 200 feet. Says, you know what, Liney, take this fucking puck and drop it. I would never want to be a linesman. You couldn't pay me enough dollars to drop a puck, break up a fight, call an icing. You're just at danger and at risk every minute of the game.
Yeah, I mean, pay-per-view with full mic'd up players would be a great idea, but unfortunately the NHL doesn't like to grow the game. They like to, tend to the people that the meanest group of people on the internet are pronoun people, which makes no sense because the whole point in having pronouns in your bio is to be compassionate towards people that like maybe don't know how to identify or they want people to realize how they identify. So you're being compassionate towards that by putting your own pronouns in, but also simultaneously, they're also the meanest, most ruthless people on the internet. And if you don't have the same ideology as them, they hate you and they try to ruin your life. So I don't understand that as there's a minute and 8 seconds remaining left in the period. But
yeah, it's actually pretty funny. Like
it makes no sense.
You want to be accepted, so we do accept you. Not most people, not most, but some, 50% wouldn't agree with some of the things you stand for. Now we don't care what you stand for or
just be a good person. It's not hard, bro.
Like what are we doing here?
That's all I care about. But from my experience, like when someone tries to lie about me or they're mean to me on Twitter and shit, it's like always people with pronouns in their bio. Like I don't get it. I'm just minding my own business, talking about pussy and ketamine. Like I don't understand where the hate is coming from. But
why do you care that I'm doing Calvin Klein bumps right now?
I just think it's ironic that why are you the meanest group of people on the internet?
Yeah.
Well, I know the answer, but all right, there's the period. As Tiki Tembo chimes in, shout out to friend of the show. Tiki Tembo, I'm going to blow up his spot right now. He used to play in the National Hockey League, but he's under a burner account because he's going through a lot of stuff right now. He just came out as gay.
I was going to say, how did the date go? Because it was date 2, I believe, with
that guy.
That they banged. All right, well, that's good. Anyways, we'll be back for the third. Gonna have a smoke.
We're going to go smoke dope.
Live.
Eat.
All righty, folks. Welcome back to the third period, the final game of Hockey Night in Scottsdale's alternate cast for the 2024 year. So let's bring it out with a fucking bang. Load up that fucking chat. Fucking A. Say whatever the fuck you want. I just called some guy online a fucking pussy. Told me to try him. So here we go, folks. We're at the 1924 marker of the final frame. Max Pacioretty sends a seeing eye burger across the sheet. You know, they're going to call that offsides as Johnny Tavares was not able to corral that puck again. If you're just tuning in or if you're back for the third period, load up the chat, folks. Get at us again. Let's get these numbers up. Like Matthew McConaughey once said in Wolf of Wall Street, sometimes you just got to tug more often. Speaking of tugging, well, you know what? These guys are going to be doing a little bit of tugging lately here as there's a few games left. About 5 days until the roster freezes, and as well as guys will go on Christmas bender. There's nothing better in hockey. I do think, Rob, in all seriousness, these guys should get a longer Christmas break. You get like 2 or 3 days. Like give the guys like a week, man. Like,
yeah, give them a week. Max Domi tries to stuff it between the legs of Ottinger. Yeah, I agree. The break's definitely not long enough.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's Christmas and you got New Year's. Like, no one wants to be playing hockey, man. You're in the holiday spirit. You want to hang out with friends and family. I remember just like, if you were able to go home, it was like basically by the time you set down your bag of shit, you were turning right around. You got drunk once, saw the family, saw your ex, tucked her, maybe kept her on the back burner, and all of a sudden you're back to your National League or American League city. And stanky leg. You stepped on a puck there, fella. You stepped on a banana peel. The old classic legs out and just, you know what? Clean up on aisle 4. Fella. Mitchy Gritty.
Oh, Mitchy Gritty Marner with the little
double drop pass there. These guys are massaging it nicely. Another little drop pass. These guys are looking like the Russians, the old Soviets. How'd that stay out, Timmons? Miro Heiskanen. As the Gritty Marner says, you know what? I don't want to get hit, but good thing that's Jason Robertson, the brother who is out dueling right now of Nick Robertson. 1-1, fella. You got one fight away from a Gordie Howe hat trick. Do it for your coach. Do it for your city. The ball-like wall. Everybody do the John Wall. Chris Tanev, not known for his puck play ever in his career, sends a souvenir to a lucky fan sitting in section 124.
Get that chat going. We're going to get to the chat. Commercial break. Last broadcast for Hockey Night in Scottsdale of 2024 as we watch the replay of the stanky leg stepping on that puck. And it's a helpless feeling once you step on that puck. Nearly impossible to keep your balance as we have Ryan Reeves, Kampf, and Pierre Engvall on the fourth line here.
Pierre Engvall, speaking of the giraffe, is now playing in the American Hockey League, the always hungry league in Bridgeport for the Bridgeport Islanders. Talk about a dog shit city. Talk about a guy that when he plays in the American Hockey League has to wear a neck guard. I am told he's wearing 3 right now because his neck is so long and they have not been able to get him an extended piece. So Pierre Engvall has 3 chokers wrapped around his neck like he's working at the local cabaret. Folks, right now in the Big D, but more importantly at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, if you're synced up with our TV and our chins, we are right at the 16:58 marker.
What is Kampf doing?
And that is and counting. I have no idea. I have never liked his game. He wears number 64. The last guy to wear number 64 lasted about 6 years in the league as a number 1 overall pick. And Nail Yakupov. Ryan Reeves playing in his 900th career game. I wonder what he put on the board tonight. Hopefully over $900 because, you know what? Donate to the league that has given you so much. Put it on red, fella.
How old is Ryan Reeves?
He is a 87 born.
Jesus.
So he's getting up there for sure.
We're going to get to the chat at the commercial break. 16-18 remaining. If you're following the game along with us, I don't know how many people are following this game along as there's Tavares giving a puck up to Pacioretty, who's looking to headhunt on the forecheck. All of a sudden, he's the biggest physical player in the National Hockey League is there's Johnny Tavares on the back check, absolutely wheeling through the neutral zone.
Johnny Tavares looked like he was sitting not only in that locker room looking at the beautiful ice girls in Dallas, but he might even had a shot of kombucha. John Tavares famously has a kombucha tap at his Muskoka estate. He does not drink. He does not fuck his wife. He simply drinks kombucha and cold tubs. What a life for a man that's made almost $100 million. But you speak of Matt Pacioretty, Patches O'Houlihan. Wow, has he changed his game? And the thing about him is when he entered the league, if he wanted to play like that, which he didn't need to because he was scoring 30-odd goals here. But if he would have played like that coming into the league, he would have had to fight way more. I mean, he absolutely buried that kid, Bork, right in front of Dallas's bench, and no one did anything. Yeah. I mean, they ended up taking a cross-checking penalty. That Rope Hintz ended up sitting 2 minutes. Like, dude, if you're going to take a penalty, like punch him in the face or something.
Yeah, it's a bad turnover by McFerda there.
Ooh.
Good attempt at a block there by, I think that's No, that's McMahon.
Nick Bobertson gets stood up like an 18-year-old chick trying to get into a bar right at the blue line, and he goes for a change. As we're going to look at Connor Timmins, who is lugging the mail down the ice, and he shovels it into the goal line where Ilya Labushkin plays it over to his partner tonight, Bischel. One guy Dallas is missing on the back end is
Mitchy Gritty with
Thomas Harley, who's a former first-round pick from upstate New York, the Syracuse area. Actually, a nice young American piece.
What sticks are the Dallas Stars using?
I don't know.
So many broken sticks tonight. It's insane.
I was going to say, do they have them out in the smoker out back where the burnt ends and the barbecue is made, the brisket?
Do the fellas watch the World Juniors? Yeah, I'll give it a spin. I don't really pay close attention like I used to, but I'll put it on. The holidays, getting a little drunk, watching some World Juniors. Yeah. You guys plan on coming back? Do you want to answer that?
Oh my God, is that Mike Van Ryan? I can't even tell, dude. Like, he looks like, I don't think it is. I want to say no, but I want to say yes. What's the question?
Do you watch World Juniors?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'll watch that game with U.S. and Canada this year for sure. Obviously, it's in Canada, but yeah, I mean, we did that gold medal game last year. It was pretty sick. Sweden versus USA. The Americans obviously got it done, brought it back to home soil. But yeah, I'm not like living and dying by the World Juniors. I mean, we're talking about a bunch of 18-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably honestly watch it more than the Foreskin Cup. That tournament just seems just so dumb to me.
I've been saying,
Ryan
Reed. Oh
my God, he almost had a Crunch Wrap Supreme. The Supreme being the berry job, and then he put him up against a George Foreman grill and almost butt stuffed that in there on Jake Ottinger, who's having a night that he will probably most likely not want to remember.
Tavares has some absolute jump in his step tonight. I don't know if he went down to the goddamn honky tonk and had a whiskey.
Yeah, he might have drank last night.
A whiskey sour.
And Benoit on Ben. Ended up a couple bulls going into the ring there. And Tavares with a little bit of a rub out like he was using no hotel lotion.
Smith in the net too, by the way. The yanked Ottinger.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. Can't see with these shades on, folks, right now. 13 minutes flat remaining. Chat, load it up, please. Get at us that way. Again, we'll take your questions, your comments, and your concerns when we get back to you at commercial break. Max Domi plays a little bit of an In-N-Out burger up the wall. And you know what? This game right now, as long as the Leafs can kind of just play inside the dots, Rob, and not really force anything, I think they're going to skate away with it because there's not a ton going on unless Dallas gets a power play. They had some chances early, but to me, all roads point to just kind of weathering the storm if you're the Leafs and getting out of here with a win. Probably a 5-2 win is what they're thinking. Maybe an empty netter for the big boys, but Dallas at the same time, if you're in that Stars locker room, you got to get buzzing right now. You got to get on a forecheck. You haven't had much in the later half of that second period. And now as well, we're coming up to the latter half of the third period. So, fellas, the time is now. Burn the ships, they say. Sammy Steele throwing a burger into the own end of. Montreal has acquired Alexander Carrier from Nashville for Justin Barron.
Nice.
What a day of just absolute dick pics going everywhere. Like, who cares about any of these fucking trades? These are just like you're just trading just shit for shit. Who cares? Just shoveling shit. That Capo Caco trade, like I would rather just send him to Hartford.
Or just cut him.
Yeah, send him to Hartford, see if he figures it out. Like, why do you want? I mean, no disrespect to Will Borgen. He played at St. Cloud State, but fuck, like, I mean, I'm not dying for Borgen.
No. You guys plan on coming back to Toronto next year? Yep. Worst best city to live in as an NHL player?
Was it worst best? Or best?
Yeah, what's the best? Both.
Oh, worst. I mean, listen, depends what you want and like. Right now, it's Buffalo, but I do love the good people of Buffalo. I would say another one, maybe Winnipeg, if you're not fucking with the cold. But I do love the good people of Winnipeg. Winnipeg would be on my. If I had a no trade list, 10 team, I'm taking them off it because I do love Winnipeg. I don't know if I could play there for more than 2 or 3 years, but great city. Shout out to Earls on Main. Shout out to all the sneaky trim walking around.
What's it like being under 21 in National? Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you either. I would think my debut was 22. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of those guys, it's like, Jesus, like, you know, barely even tie up a tie. A lot of those guys don't even know how to cook. Like, and then you're, you know, get thrown into some heavy narcotics and who knows? There's a lot of shit you got to juggle that people don't realize at that age. Like, I mean, you can't even vote, or you just got been able to vote, and you can't even really drink on paper. You probably got less than 20 in terms of a body count. Like, there's just a lot of different things you just don't even know about. Like Felabrini, like those kids. Credit to what they're doing. Him and Willie Smith, like that's crazy. I know they got billet dads and Jumbo and the boys, but still, you get on the road and you're just a young fella.
Thoughts on Tony D and the Stat Nerd podcast beef? Hilarious exchange. I mean, yeah, I saw that. And are we really surprised that somebody like that is afraid to go on a podcast? And it's not even, not even surprising. It's just, I kind of went over it earlier that these guys, they sit behind their computers, and then, if they have the opportunity to talk with someone who doesn't really have the same political views as them, et cetera, and then they don't do it. They back down, and that's kind of the world we live in, unfortunately, as we get a look at this this girl. Yeah, she looks a little Romanian. Yeah. I don't know, she's got a little Europe tint to her. She's sneaky hot. Yeah,
I do look. I mean, listen, for an older woman sitting behind Pete DeBoer, and, who knows if she's, a little bit damp down below, but, at least she's taking in the action. And good on her for being at the game. A nice Eastern European. Usually those women definitely cook for you. They clean up and they whack on command. All righty, folks, back to the game. Speaking of getting whacked, well, the Dallas Stars right now taking a little bit of a beating, and their goalie, who took the brunt of it, Jake Ottinger, sitting on the bench. They went to the backup, Casey DeSmith, who's been a journeyman of the league for 10-odd years. We're going to get a chance here. Oh, my stang.
Oh!
Blackwell playing a great game. That was a hell of a dish. And Joseph Wonder Berlin Wall makes a hell of a save. Wow.
Someone again asking about my hair. I don't know why people fucking care.
Oh.
Yeah, I wear hats all the time. I don't know. It's just what I do. Nice save. Holy shit.
Flashing the leather like he's at Dick's Sporting Goods, about to buy an A2000 mitt. He says, give me that shit. Let's line it up over here at the faceoff dot. I am Joseph Wall. I am out dueling my American, the same age, 1998 born, Jake Ottinger. Mitchy Gritty Marner loses the puck because he thought, someone might actually hit me. Hit me with your best shot, Willie Stiles.
Hit me with your best shot.
The rock star himself loses that puck. And you know what? It's become a flip fest. It's become a cookout at a local park with 2000s rap going on. Nobody really doing anything out there, just kind of hanging out. And Moxies is actually on the board right now. Shout out to Shay Nukes. An absolute set from the chin of Winnipeg. Works at the local Dallas one. So you like blondes, you like tits, well, and you like IPAs, head over to Moxies. Grab yourself a thing of lettuce wraps and a bag of cocaine.
How loud is the Delta Center?
It's actually pretty loud because, I'm not sure what it is about the roof, but they always talk about it and how it just echoes. And the place was loud as hell. I got sensitive hearing, but that place, when it was buzzing for that Wild game, even on a Tuesday, it was pretty loud, man. I mean, opening night was crazy there. Utah people, they don't really fuck, but they soak. So, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I think the SEC in hockey would be a good idea. I mean, I don't want it to get like too watered down, but I think it would be a good idea. Like, is it realistic? Probably not. How?
I mean, I think they should. I think the NCHC should add a team like Vanderbilt right in Nashville and start it off with that, because let's see how that goes. And a team in Nashville, if you go to school in Nashville and play NCHC hockey, let's see how it is. I think it would be sick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
9 and a hook remaining here, folks. If you're following along right now, the Toronto Maple Leafs still up 4-2. Alex Petrovic, the pride of Texas hockey, and we're not talking about the Stars. We're talking about the, Texas Stars in Austin, Texas. They play out of Cedar Park. This guy is getting called up for a cup of joe, it seems like every other week for the last 5 years.
Speaking of Nashville that you were just talking about, what's going on with Stammer? I don't know. I was dead wrong about that team. I looked at it on paper. I said, yeah, they're a little bit older. I thought Marchessault and Stamkos would have more of a chip on their shoulder. I'm sure they probably do, but it's just not working out. I couldn't have been more wrong. That was probably the worst take I've ever had in the history of my takes, is that I thought Nashville was going to be a really competitive, good team. And, we're coming up on Christmas here and they suck ass. So I was wrong about that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. They finally, after all the years of David Poile operating like they're on food stamps, not signing guys to big deals, not attracting big-time free agents, trying to get guys on discount deals for government cheese. And Barry Trotz comes in. He takes over as the manager, as a good man he is, and a Stanley Cup champion coach. And then a founding father of the Nashville Predators comes back and says, you know what? I want to run this team. David Poile, you're going to go to the Hall of Fame. I will take over. And they brought in guys, Brady Shea. They brought in Stamkos, Marchessault. They re-signed their goalie, UC Saros. And to this point, it hasn't worked. I don't know what you do. Those are above my pay grade. And Andrew Burnett seems like a good guy. But you know what? Something's got to give there.
Rob, you ever meet up with that titty girl? No, I've never met up with that lady.
Titty!
AirPods and warm-ups. That would be hilarious.
That would be nasty. It would be like, how sick would it be if you went Uber driver, one AirPod in?
That would be hilarious. Tennessee State having a hockey team would be something to see.
Tennessee State.
Prediction for Utah, Vancouver. 6 straight road wins and struggling at home. Who has 6 straight road wins?
I have no idea.
Vancouver? I don't watch Vancouver.
Vancouver or Utah. Listen.
Fuck, I'm tired.
Listen, we got Brock Besser and Nikki Schmaltz. Couple fucking assholes that won a national championship playing off. They had dinner last night, Nick and Brock did. So let's root for a good game. A couple tucks from there, guys. And you know what? It's game 30. Who gives a shit?
Dinner in Vancouver, or do they have it in Utah?
Well, the game is in Utah, right?
Oh, is it?
So I would say they went.
6 straight.
They're in Salt Lake last night. I don't know if there's any restaurants outside of a Chili's that you go to, but I'm sure the boys did it right. And you know what? Let's get a couple of goals from a couple Sioux alum.
Why is everybody talking about the Ottawa Senators? I saw they don't even play tonight. Everybody's talking about the Ottawa Senators being nasty. Did they play last night? What's going on here?
I mean, it's Ottawa. Like, who cares?
Yeah, but like on my timeline, this guy, Ottawa Senators, this Ottawa Senators, that. Did they win? What's going on?
I have no idea what they did.
Yeah, Swish does know Drake Caggiula.
Drake Caggiula, go check him out. We had him on Live in 5 podcast. He was a gentleman and a scholar. We were not only classmates at UND, Eskimo brothers, any way you want to put it, one of the good men still in the game, an old school beauty. So, yeah, Caggiula's awesome. In all seriousness, I think he's playing in the jungle right now. He's an NHL guy, I think, even as a bottom 6. He plays way bigger than his skis would say. So, folks, 8:18 remaining here as this game is dying down. Just in terms of pace of play, maybe a little lost the electricity it once had. I thought the boys came out and skated really hard for the first 2 periods. Honestly, I thought it was a great effort, one of the best we've seen. And
died down.
This lackluster of a third is making it a little bit harder. Oh, as Johnny Tavares gets Sammy Steele on his chin. Speaking of a steel chin, he wore that pretty good. As Tavares will sit for 2 minutes. So I think right now is a time where if you're Dallas, you got to get one, right? You're on the power play. Your stats right now
tonight
are 0 for 3. You've had 8 shots. You've had a decent amount of shots in the game. But let's see what we can do. We got the second unit, I guess, or maybe even the first. They've changed it up a little bit. We got Ben Hintz, Johnson, Robertson. Okay, no, never mind.
Ben has no tape on his twig.
No, he's got the skinny marg going tonight.
I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner. I'm fucking starving.
I know. I'm going to go for Indian with my sister.
What do you get when you go for Indian food?
Tiki masala.
What's that?
Chicken tiki masala.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Chicken tiki.
Yeah, it's just a Indian dish. It's good. I mean, there's buttered chicken too. That's kind of like the staple. I'd say tiki masala and buttered chicken are the 1-2 like what white people would eat. But yeah, it's good, man. Oh,
is it like rice?
Yeah, get it with rice, and then you can get the naan, which is the bread, the butter naan. It's so good. Then you get a samosa to start, which is kind of like a deep fried, not scone, but they're good.
I've never had Indian food.
It's nice. Yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend it before a 4 a.m. flight, but yeah, it's good.
I know, dude. I gotta call that Uber probably at like 3:45 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you probably do.
I board at 5:20.
Yeah, so get there at 5.
The flights to get to Florida just suck.
They do,
especially where I'm going, bro. Like,
well, anywhere. I mean, even if you're going to Miami, you fly out way early, or you fly out at night. But the thing is, a lot of times it's a 3-hour difference. Right now, it's only 2. But if it's in that era where it's 3, it sucks because even if you leave here at like noon, you get to Miami at like 10. You're like, what the fuck?
I don't know. The flight times are just cheeks, and I got a layover in North Carolina. I'm gonna be in one tomorrow. I might just take Xanax the whole day.
Yeah, I mean, like I always say, if any friction ever hits your life, resort to drugs. Oh, yeah, just get on the piss early. Oh,
Steve Lorenz!
Steve Lorenz!
Oh, good save.
Good chin there, fella. The Drankoven over to Detnoff, who can't corral the puck in his skates. And stanky leg, Dankhoven, that danky leg. It's kind of buzzing. Nice drop, fella. That was my prayer to Jesus. Kombucha Tavares plays the puck. Holy drop pass fest.
Was I a Colton Orr fan back in the day? I don't have an opinion on him, honestly.
No.
Rob Gucci hasn't had Indian food, but he's taken down an Indian girl. I haven't. I don't think so. Any New York trip soon? Yeah, we're going to do a show in New York. We just don't know when. I think it's going to be end of February, but I don't like saying shit till the ink is dry on paper. But yeah, man, definitely going to be headed to the big fucking Apple. Hockey Night in Scottsdale is going to do a live show there for sure.
Yep. Cannot wait to get to the chin of the West Loop. Shout out to Dennis at the Canuck. Shout out to all the good women of Chelsea. We will see your asses soon. Something about a New York chick. Just got the grit. Less fake. Just in your face. Italian. A little crazy from Connecticut or Jersey. But you know what? They shag like a minx. 5:28 remaining here in the third period. As there's been nothing to talk about. So we've been a little bit quiet. We apologize to the people. Again, thank you for tuning in to Hockey Night in Scottsdale. All of our videos, our vlogs, and all of our shows we do are on our YouTube.
McCabe's starting things up.
Are on the YouTube.
Yeah,
go check it out.
Thank you for subscribing. Since I called you guys out for not subscribing, we've got 9 subscribers. Keep that going. The button's right in front of your face. If you're not subscribed, smash that motherfucking button. We've got 400 subscribers this month. I guess that's good for us. I don't know what's good anymore.
What is good? Folks, what is good besides doing a little bit of drinking? 5:15 remaining.
Gucci, you're banned from Winnipeg, brother. Don't let the Manitoba Warriors catch you walking down Main to get to Earl's, Maine. What did I do to get banned from Winnevegas? Let me know, and we can hash this thing out. Thoughts on your roommate wifing up your former fuck buddy? Well, we kind of just talked about it earlier with the New York Yankees situation. If every guys are horny, I don't know. I personally wouldn't do it, but
it's just crazy how many fish and birds are out there. And that goes for chicks too, of how many guys and wrenches are out there. It's like, why do you have to bunk and fall in love with something that, was on the same pier. It's a crazy concept to me. I don't know if it's like a fetish or they get off to it, but yeah, I guess fucking play your own ball.
Sneakiest city in the NHL, man. We have this question so many times.
And the AHL, I mean, fuck. I feel like different every time. Charlotte, we were just talking about where Gucci's connecting through tomorrow, is actually a sneaky good city. It's home of the NASCAR headquarters. But aside from that, it's actually a really clean city. The Bojangles Coliseum is a good place to play. And fuck, man, those Southern Belles down there, just something about it.
Yeah,
they're so friendly. There's live music. There's just snatch everywhere.
Yeah, and also, Bradley, I know we have new people in the chat asking questions, so I didn't mean that in a bad way. Gucci, I got kicked out of my cousin's wedding last weekend. Any tips on how to handle this situation? I'm not telling you shit until you tell me why I'm banned from Winnipeg. Rusty Listmeyer, you son of a bitch. But yeah, just own it, man. I mean, I got kicked out of a wedding too last year, and she married a gay guy anyway. She doesn't even know, so I'm not supposed to say that on the air, but good luck with that marriage. Y'all coming to Milwaukee for the Shamrock Shuffle? What?
That is so nails. The Shamrock Shuffle. Shout out to Wolski's Tavern, Chris Boots. Shout out to all the good chins of Whitefish Bay. That is White Folks Bay. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for the people that don't know, is the most segregated city in America. Maybe we should change that. Get Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We will bring all walks of life together. That's what we do. We are a melting pot. And you know what? Again, shout out to Wolski's Tavern. 93.1 and Bobby Gucci. Got about 5 minutes left, folks. Again, Friday, we're going to go live. We don't know what the time is, but we'll be back on the airwaves. Gucci will be in Florida. My chin will be tucked here in the beautiful Scottsdale area. But again, if you've missed our show on Tuesday, go check that out. That is live on the YouTube as well as Apple and Spotify. We got clips buzzing right now. Gucci's cutting them up, just juicy. So again, thank you for tuning in tonight. But all of our shit is on YouTube at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Again, our merch, the chin hat, the Hockey Night in Scottsdale patch, hat, and sweatshirts are all on there. So please go check that out. Maybe it's a last second. It's not going to be a Christmas present because we're not going to be able to get it to you in time. But, sometime on the other side of the new year, go order those. Secure yours. They're all on pre-sale right now. So check them out. They're flying off the shelves. So there's only a few, options left. So go check those out.
Yes, I have heard of the song by Future. I just fucked your bitch in Gucci flip-flops. I'm a big Future fan for sure. What days are you guys leaving Phoenix for Chicago? Sometimes I get nervous because all these athletes, they leave their houses and their homes get broken into. But the good news for me, I don't own anything expensive. So I want to say I'm leaving. Go ahead. Good luck. Also, I do have security and cameras. So, but anyway, I'm going straight from Florida to the Chicago show. And Swish is going, are you going from Utah?
Yeah.
Straight from Utah. So
we're going to be on the road for
29th.
We're going to be on the road for 3 weeks. So sick.
Yeah. Holy fuck. That's why I was just talking about, I have no clothes or anything. Cause I need to buy more shit on the road, I guess. No. Rusty has banned me from the state of Winnipeg for disrespecting Colton Orr, even though I didn't disrespect him. I just said he asked if I was a fan of Colton Orr. I can't say I am. I had nothing against the guy, but I'm just not. It's not that I'm not a fan.
Right.
What's an acceptable time to have a drink Xmas morning? Right away, man. I'm a big fan of just letting it fly right away. Mimosas, Irish coffees, White Russians until you're constipated.
Yeah. Get on it early and often. And if you're clogged up from the night before, take a diuretic and just shit your brains out and restart. It's just the old oil change. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in doing that, especially when you're on the road or at your girl's place. Clogging a toilet is sneaky kind of nails. Speaking of shitting, well, the Dallas Stars are shitting the bed right now, and they have not been able to find the back of the cage this period and ultimately, chase down a couple points that are on the line. The thing with the NHL and the thing about hockey, as more years go by and as dumber I get, and maybe even a little bit wiser, Rob, one thing is 82 games is way too many.
Yes.
Like, it is so stupid. Like, is there a way that they can still pay the players the same amount and minimize the season by 20 games? Because this is way too many. Like,
dude, it's so much.
Even playing, and this is probably why I'm not playing how do you care about that many games? Like, who cares?
There would be nights where I would just go into the games and be like, I'm just gonna pretend.
Yeah, like what? Like, I mean, it's just like this is just stupid. Like, why? Like, 15 games a fucking month? Like, who cares? I don't know, but that's the difference between you got to be a little autistic, as we always talk about.
I don't know what to do for dinner. I'm mentally so checked out of this game right now. I just can't. I don't know what to eat. What would you eat if you were me?
Jersey Mike's.
Actually,
No.
You eat crazy healthy, which is
I would.
I do too.
I don't know, man. Like, you don't want to cook anything because you're gonna go home. I would probably.
No, I'm not cooking.
If I were you, I would probably go to Sprouts and and sniff around and see if they have one of those rotisserie chickens.
Yeah.
And I would go home and I would pluck the bird and maybe put it on like a corn tortilla.
Damn.
And just muck it like that. Something simple. Something simple. But I don't know. I mean, Chipotle, that's a barrel bomb.
No Chipotle.
Can't do that. And then if you go to a place like what's the one place that we used to always eat, the Mediterranean place? I'm blanking on the name. It's up by me. Cava. That place is disgusting. You don't.
It was good for a while.
Yeah, it was good for a while, but I mean, there's just not that many like quick, fast places, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, you don't really want to eat anything terrible.
Like, dude, I
would probably honestly, you know what I would do? I would go to Whole Foods and get one of those pre-made meals. They're actually not bad. Then you just put it in the microwave and nuke it. It's not bad.
Yeah. I had what's going on out here? Mitch Marner calling for the ref.
He's calling for his dad.
I had Flower Child, and it's just so mid. It's just
so bad.
Unbelievable how mid it was.
Yeah, that place sucks.
But it's like supposed to be healthy, but it's like, bro, it's not good. Like you get the chicken, it's like overcooked and dry, and not overcooked.
The steak sucks too.
The steak is ass, and it's like, bro, I can't even have a broccoli, mashed potatoes, and steak bowl without it being shit. Like, the concept is good, but it sucks.
The concept is good, but then you just douse everything in like knockoff sriracha sauce, and it's just like this is horrible, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's always tough. That's always like my predicament. It's like, what do I muck tonight?
Yeah,
like what do I muck?
I haven't cooked in a while just because I've been in and out of town. But someone said coming in from out of town to see the show. Thank you for that. In the classic, that's huge for us. Thank you that you're coming to the show. I love when people say they're coming from out of town and then they're gonna hit our show. It means a lot.
100%. Folks, right now, under 3 minutes remaining. Again, we always thank you for tapping in. We will be going remote for the rest of the holiday season until, well, we're in the chin of Chicago. Again, if you haven't bought a ticket for the Chicago show, please go check that out. They're in both of our Instagrams. They're in our bios. And go check that out. Please get a ticket. Standing room only. Jamie Ben, get that thing just sorted out of there.
This guy was saying, are you fellas doing any type of tailgating deal before the game on New Year's Eve? We don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to the game. But thank you for buying tickets to the show. We'll be out and about. If you see us, say what up, bro. Gucci, how do you pay off the credit card, legend? That's a good question. Well, I had a real job for 10 years, so that would help. But now kind of just battling the elements of investing in yourself and seeing what happens. So I'm kind of just riding it out. I'm pulling the goalie, if you will, as the Dallas Stars has. And there's a man, nothing pisses me off than when guys shoot straight in.
Oh, dang, Coven. We got Blackwell. He deserved one. I'm going to go on paper and say if this game goes to overtime, I will be leaving.
Yeah, I'm not doing overtime. I got to record. I don't even know if I can record my other show. I have to pack. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you got to get drunk. Colin Blackwell, get on the board. The pride of Harvard. A good nerd, they'd say. An educated fella. Well, just ask him. Where'd you go to school? It was 15 years ago, but yeah, I actually went to Harvard. Where'd you go to school? I don't care. Because you know what? Who gives a shit where you went to college? What have you done for me lately? As a nice skate to stick, play well executed by Blackwell nonetheless with that sock job. He had tape all over his stick, tape up from his fucking toe to his chin. Folks, 2 minutes left as Matt Duchene does a silhouette turn and loses the puck. 2 minutes remaining here. Shots in favor of the Dallas Stars, 39-18. The Leafs are going to have to weather this one out as there goes to Smith. There goes my hero as Matt Duchene, Dutchie, is spinning like he's line dancing at a Texas Roadhouse like bar. Shout out to the Irish travelers who live in, oh, there it is.
Damn, he is wheeling.
Shaquille O'Neal. That should wrap it up. Put that in your pipe and fucking smoke it. Willie Styles, Nylander, Kombucha Tavares all getting a plus on the play, but Willie Styles getting his second of the night. And let's see how this happened. Tavares with good wall play. Oh, my toes suck. Beats his guy off the wall. Really good play. Just outwills Robertson. That's probably why Robertson is not finding himself on that Four Nations team. Not that he cares. He can go home and play Xbox and talk to all of his buddies that drink Mountain Dew and eat cheesy gordita crunches from any hour of the night.
Shout out to Hard Mountain Dew. And also shout out to Secured Sneakers in Arizona, in Scottsdale. If you guys like sneakers, dunks, whatever the fuck, Jordans, hit up Secured Sneakers. Drop code Wet Jeans for a little discount. That's where I'll get all my fucking shoes at. And yeah, the owner of the store is a great dude. Busts his ass, works hard. So I just wanted to shout out Secured Sneakers in Scottsdale. And we got a minute remaining in the last broadcast of 2024, brought to you by Ozempic.ca.
Ozempic, not only an American company, but let's go on the Canadian website. Maybe we can get it for a discounted rate because the Canadian dollar is worth about 4 cents USD. Speaking of 4 cents, I'm going to give you my 2 cents. And you know what? This game is about wrapped up right now. We have 50-odd seconds remaining. As Sam Steel Chin gets a shot on net that, you know what? Ultimately, Joseph Wall is able to steer away. Jake McCabe is going to sit behind his net until someone tells him to fucking move. And that was just now with Dank Hoven. Max Domi going to chip that thing in. And you know what we call this? This is the old graveyard shift. You go out there and you just kind of try to pad your stats in terms of your on-ice time. Folks, it is always good tuning in with you. If you missed anything that we do all week, well, go over to our YouTube page, Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Go like, subscribe, send it to your mom. Say, you know, this is your Christmas present. And she's like, what? What am I watching? Well, two middle-aged assholes just trying their best out here. As for the game, well, that's going to wrap it up. Bob Gucci off to Florida tomorrow. Jay Swish holding down the fort for a few days until I go back into Mormon country and try to get drunk for a few days. Merry fucking Christmas. We'll say it tomorrow again. But next week, I'm sure we'll be off for a few days. Get back at it. Christmas is on Wednesday. So thanks again, folks. Thank you for tuning in. That's all we got. I'm going to go eat some Indian food.
Thank you, guys. See you guys next time in the new year. Tune into the pod. Appreciate all you guys in the chat for real. We out. Adios.